Elon Musk has always been vocal about the future of technology, but his interests extend beyond electric cars and space travel. Over the years, he has expressed deep concerns about artificial intelligence and warfare, the risks of autonomous weapons, and the rapid advancement of military technology. His warnings about AI-controlled drones and hypersonic missiles paint a picture of a future where traditional human-led warfare is obsolete. One of Musk's most direct contributions to military defense technology is SpaceX's Starlink, a satellite-based communication system that has transformed military operations. Starlink has been a game-changer for modern warfare, providing encrypted, high-speed internet to the U.S. military and its allies. This technology has already been used in Ukraine, showcasing how satellite internet can keep troops connected even in contested environments. Now Musk's attention is on the USS Gerald R. Ford, the U.S. Navy's most technologically advanced aircraft carrier. This massive warship represents the cutting edge of naval warfare, and its integration with AI, electromagnetic launch systems, and SpaceX's Starlink signals a new era in military strategy. What makes this carrier so special? And why is it being called the future of naval dominance? The USS Gerald R. Ford isn't just another warship, it's the most advanced aircraft carrier ever built. With cutting-edge technology, stealth capabilities, and game-changing weapon systems, it represents the future of U.S. military dominance. The USS Gerald R. Ford, the ship that is changing naval warfare forever. At 192 feet long, roughly the size of 3 football fields, and weighing 100,000 tons, the USS Gerald R. Ford is the most powerful aircraft carrier ever constructed. It is a floating military base, capable of launching over 75 aircraft, deploying autonomous drones, and executing high-tech naval operations across the world. The ship's most impressive features are not just its size, but its technological innovations. Designed to operate with fewer crew members, the Ford-class carriers require 600 fewer sailors than older carriers, thanks to automation and AI-driven logistics. This reduces operational costs while increasing efficiency and combat readiness. Additionally, the USS Gerald R. Ford is built for modern warfare with enhanced stealth capabilities, upgraded radars, and an energy-efficient nuclear propulsion system. The ship is designed to remain at sea for up to 25 years without refueling, making it a permanent military presence wherever it's deployed. But the real revolution is in its electromagnetic aircraft launch system, EMALS, a game-changing technology that replaces outdated steam-powered catapults with electromagnetic force. One of the most groundbreaking innovations on the USS Gerald R. Ford is EMALS, a futuristic system that replaces traditional steam-powered catapults. How does this impact military operations? The secret behind its power: the revolutionary electromagnetic aircraft launch system, EMALS. Traditional aircraft carriers use steam-powered catapults to launch jets, a technology that has been in use for over 60 years. While effective, steam catapults require large amounts of water, slow recharging times, and are prone to mechanical failures. EMALS changes everything. Using electromagnetic fields, this system allows aircraft to launch with more control, smoother acceleration, and less wear and tear on the planes. This results in faster launches. EMALS can launch aircraft more frequently, improving combat readiness. Less strain on aircraft. Traditional launches put immense pressure on fighter jets, reducing their lifespan. EMALS extends aircraft durability. Energy efficiency. Unlike steam-powered systems, EMALS uses stored electrical energy, making it a more sustainable and reliable system. With EMALS, the USS Gerald R. Ford can deploy more aircraft in less time, making it a force multiplier in naval warfare. But advanced aircraft launch systems are just one part of the equation. Communication and intelligence are equally important. That's where Starlink comes in. Musk's Starlink isn't just providing internet, it's becoming a critical military tool. With real-time data transmission, improved intelligence sharing, and battlefield connectivity, Starlink is transforming naval operations. Starlink's role: how Elon Musk's technology is transforming the U.S. Navy. Elon Musk's Starlink satellite network has proven to be a game-changer for military communications. Designed to provide high-speed, secure internet, Starlink allows U.S. Navy ships, including the USS Gerald R. Ford, to stay connected with headquarters and intelligence units anywhere in the world. One of the biggest challenges for naval operations has always been communication delays. Traditional satellite systems are slow and vulnerable to hacking. Starlink's low Earth orbit satellites reduce latency, making it possible for ships to receive real-time intelligence updates. This means faster decision-making. Commanders can react instantly to threats rather than waiting for delayed intelligence reports. Secure communications. Starlink encrypts its transmissions, making it harder for enemies to intercept sensitive data. Enhanced crew morale. Sailors can stay connected with their families, improving mental health and reducing isolation at sea. Starlink is already being tested on multiple Navy vessels, proving that commercial technology can play a vital role in national defense. However, as technology advances, so do the threats facing the U.S. military. Why military upgrades are necessary. As the U.S. invests in advanced carriers like the USS Gerald R. Ford, new threats continue to emerge. Hypersonic missiles, electronic warfare, and cyber attacks are reshaping modern warfare. Can the U.S. military keep up? Advanced defense systems, the ultimate protection against enemy attacks. The USS Gerald R. Ford isn't just about offense, it's also built to withstand modern threats from enemy nations. Unlike older carriers, which rely on traditional radar systems and missile interceptors, the Ford-class carriers have next-generation defense systems that include SPY-3 radar, a state-of-the-art radar that detects enemy threats miles before they reach the ship. Electronic warfare systems, capable of jamming enemy communications and disrupting incoming missile guidance systems. Multi-layered missile defense. The ship is equipped with anti-missile interceptors and laser-based defense weapons, currently in testing. With new threats emerging, especially hypersonic missiles, the U.S. military must constantly evolve its defenses. Hypersonic weapons travel faster than Mach 5, making them difficult to detect and intercept. The USS Gerald R. Ford is one of the few ships equipped to handle this new era of warfare. Russia and China are rapidly developing hypersonic weapons designed to bypass U.S. defenses. These missiles can change course mid-flight, making them nearly impossible to intercept. The USS Gerald R. Ford is one of the first carriers built with hypersonic defense in mind. The hypersonic threat. Why the U.S. military needed an upgrade. Hypersonic missiles are the single biggest threat to modern aircraft carriers. These weapons, capable of reaching speeds over 3,800 miles, 6,000 km, are being developed by Russia, China, and the U.S. Unlike traditional missiles, hypersonic weapons travel at extreme speeds, making them nearly impossible to intercept with current missile defense systems. Change direction mid-flight, allowing them to evade tracking systems. Deliver devastating impact. A direct hit could sink an aircraft carrier or destroy a military base. Russia's Zircon missile and China's DF-21D carrier killer are specifically designed to target U.S. naval forces. These weapons have forced the U.S. military to rethink its defense strategy, leading to the development of hypersonic interceptors and laser-based weapons. The USS Gerald R. Ford is at the center of this new arms race as the U.S. prepares for future naval warfare. But as the world moves toward AI-driven battles and autonomous warfare, are we entering an era of unstoppable superweapons? The arms race isn't slowing down. With AI-powered weapons, hypersonic missiles, and laser-based defenses, we are stepping into a future where traditional warfare is becoming obsolete. Is the world ready for this next evolution of conflict? The arms race. How Russia and China are reacting to the USS Gerald R. Ford. The USS Gerald R. Ford is not just a technological marvel. It's a statement. The United States has long dominated naval warfare, but its dominance is now being challenged by China's rapid naval expansion and Russia's development of hypersonic weaponry. China is currently building its own fleet of aircraft carriers, including the Fujian, its most advanced carrier yet. The Chinese Navy plan has surpassed the U.S. Navy in sheer numbers, making it the largest naval force in the world. Beijing has heavily invested in stealth technology and electromagnetic railguns, aiming to counter U.S. naval superiority. Unlike China, Russia is not focused on expanding its fleet of aircraft carriers. Instead, it is developing hypersonic missiles like the Zircon and Kinzhal, which can strike aircraft carriers at speeds faster than Mach 5. Russia claims these missiles can bypass all current U.S. missile defenses, making them a direct threat to ships like the USS Gerald R. Ford. Moscow is also working on nuclear-powered torpedoes, which could strike U.S. naval bases with devastating force. With China's growing navy and Russia's advanced missile technology, the USS Gerald R. Ford is a response to this emerging threat landscape. But will it be enough to maintain U.S. dominance in a world where naval warfare is evolving rapidly? The development of hypersonic weapons has changed the game. The U.S. military is now racing to develop counter-hypersonic defenses, knowing that aircraft carriers are prime targets for these devastating missiles. The future of warfare. The U.S. military's hypersonic defense strategy. The U.S. has long enjoyed air and naval superiority, but the arrival of hypersonic missiles threatens to disrupt traditional defense strategies. Unlike traditional cruise or ballistic missiles, hypersonic weapons can change course mid-flight, making them incredibly difficult to intercept. Reach speeds of over 3,800 mph, reducing the time needed to strike targets. Travel at extremely high altitudes, making radar detection difficult. To combat these threats, the U.S. military is focusing on three main areas. Hypersonic missile development. The U.S. is currently testing its own hypersonic weapons, including the AGM-183 ARRW, designed to counter Russian and Chinese advancements. AI-powered missile detection. Artificial intelligence is being used to track hypersonic threats in real time, allowing for quicker defensive reactions. Directed energy weapons. Laser-based and microwave weapon systems are being developed to neutralize hypersonic threats before they reach their target. With adversaries advancing their own hypersonic technology, the U.S. military must redefine its defense systems to stay ahead. The USS Gerald R. Ford is being prepared for this new era of combat, but its success will depend on whether its defenses can evolve fast enough. Traditional missile defense systems are struggling to keep up with hypersonic threats, but the U.S. military believes directed energy weapons, DEWs, such as laser and microwave weapons, could be the solution. Directed energy weapons, the U.S. Navy's secret to stopping hypersonic missiles. For decades, laser weapons seemed like something out of science fiction. But today, the U.S. Navy is actively testing laser-based defenses that could make traditional missile systems obsolete. Instantaneous impact. Unlike traditional missiles, which take time to launch and intercept targets, lasers can neutralize threats immediately. Unlimited ammunition. A laser doesn't need physical ammo. As long as there's power, it can keep firing. Cost-effective. Missiles cost millions of dollars per shot, but a laser can fire for just a few cents per burst. Helios, a high-energy laser system that can disable drones, missiles, and small boats before they reach a carrier. LAWS, laser weapon system, already tested on Navy destroyers. LAWS has proven effective at shooting down enemy drones in live demonstrations. MW, microwave weapons, designed to disable electronic systems within incoming threats, rendering missiles useless before impact. The USS Gerald R. Ford is expected to test advanced laser systems in the coming years, potentially making it one of the first aircraft carriers capable of energy-based missile defense. As military defense systems become more advanced, AI is playing an increasing role in battlefield decision-making. But will AI-powered warfare make the world safer or more dangerous? The role of artificial intelligence in the next generation of naval warfare. The rise of artificial intelligence, AI, is changing warfare at an unprecedented pace. AI is being integrated into autonomous drones, unmanned aerial vehicles that can identify and engage targets without human input. AI-powered submarines. Submarines capable of navigating and attacking autonomously, reducing human risk. AI-driven logistics. The USS Gerald R. Ford already uses AI to manage maintenance, supply chains, and crew operations. While AI can increase military efficiency, it also raises ethical concerns. If AI is given too much control over battlefield decisions, could it escalate conflicts beyond human intervention? Elon Musk has repeatedly warned that AI-driven weapons could lead to a dangerous, unpredictable future. As AI technology advances, how much control should humans retain over military decision-making? The ethical debate: are we entering an era of unstoppable superweapons? With hypersonic missiles, AI-powered warships, and laser defenses, military technology is evolving faster than ever before. But at what cost? Loss of human control. As AI begins making more battlefield decisions, will human oversight remain? Autonomous kill decisions. If AI-controlled drones and submarines can identify and eliminate targets, what safeguards exist to prevent misuse? That can't be stopped. With AI-driven warfare, could nations create weapons so advanced that no defense exists? Elon Musk has warned that AI-controlled war machines could lead to unintended conflicts, as decisions are made in milliseconds. bypassing traditional diplomacy. As the USS Gerald R. Ford and future carriers integrate AI-driven systems, military leaders must grapple with how much power they are willing to give AI. The cost of superiority. How much does military dominance cost? Military innovation doesn't come cheap. The USS Gerald R. Ford alone cost $13 billion, making it one of the most expensive military projects in U.S. history. But this is only a fraction of the total cost of maintaining U.S. naval superiority. The 2024 U.S. defense budget is projected to be $842 billion, a large portion of which will be allocated to the Navy. The U.S. Navy's Ford-class carrier program is expected to cost over $120 billion as multiple new carriers are built. Developing next-generation hypersonic defenses, AI-driven warships, and laser weapons requires hundreds of billions in research funding. The financial burden of maintaining global dominance is staggering. With China and Russia modernizing their forces, the U.S. must constantly invest in upgrades to stay ahead. But this leads to an important question. How much is too much? China has dramatically increased its military budget, focusing on expanding its navy and developing its own aircraft carriers. Russia, despite economic challenges, continues to prioritize hypersonic missile technology and nuclear deterrence. Countries like India, Japan, and the UK are also increasing defense budgets, preparing for a more unstable world order. With nations investing trillions of dollars into advanced weapons, some argue that the world is heading towards another Cold War-style arms race. The USS Gerald R. Ford, symbol of U.S. commitment to military superiority, but at what cost? Military technology doesn't just influence war, it influences global politics and power dynamics. As the U.S., China, and Russia develop new weapons, the balance of power is shifting. Military innovation and its impact on global geopolitics. Throughout history, technological superiority has defined global superpowers. In the past, empires were built on naval dominance, industrial power, and nuclear capabilities. Today, the next frontier of military power lies in AI warfare, cyber attacks, and space-based defense systems. The United States remains the world's most powerful military force, but China is rapidly closing the gap with its growing navy and cyber warfare capabilities. Russia is positioning itself as a disruptor, using hypersonic missiles and hybrid warfare tactics to challenge NATO. Smaller nations are investing in cyber warfare and AI, allowing them to compete with larger powers in unconventional ways. The USS Gerald R. Ford represents America's determination to maintain global military dominance, but that dominance is being challenged on multiple fronts. China's Belt and Road Initiative is expanding its influence in Asia, Africa, and the Middle East, securing military and economic alliances. Beijing is developing carrier-killer missiles and stealth submarines to counter U.S. naval power. China is investing in AI-driven warfare, aiming to make its military less reliant on human decision-making. Russia's military doctrine is focused on nuclear deterrence, cyber warfare, and information manipulation. The Kremlin has used proxy wars and hybrid warfare tactics to destabilize regions without direct military confrontation. Hypersonic weapons are a key element of Russia's defense strategy, designed to bypass traditional missile shields. As nations race to develop new military technologies, the world is entering a new phase of military competition, one where AI, space warfare, and cyber weapons may become more important than traditional firepower. But this raises serious ethical concerns. If AI and autonomous weapons dominate the battlefield, are we heading toward a world where war is no longer controlled by humans? Military power is shifting from human decision-making to AI-driven systems. But what happens when AI is programmed to kill without human intervention? Are we entering an era of unstoppable superweapons? What do you think? Is AI-driven warfare making the world safer or more dangerous? Should military decisions always be made by humans, or will AI be more effective? Are we entering an era where wars are fought without human involvement? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into military technology and global security, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more discussions on the future of warfare. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.